brilliant author Kainaz Jusawala for her book Who Wants to Marry Kai Jusawala. Indian author, editor, and literary critic Kainaz Jusawala, she earned her PhD in English at the University of Pittsburgh after living in several countries. She was born in Mumbai in 1961. Migration and cultural hybridity shaped her writing.
Where are you?
We could actually check the literature. Yeah. I'll request Lipika to introduce the book actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. See, this is what happens when the author has so many, bios on the net, because this is what we picked up from. Yeah, exactly. So, Kainaz Jusawala is the author of the best-selling novel Coffee Days, Champagne Nights and Other Secrets, a university topper from St. Xavier College, Mumbai. She has worked as a journalist with Meghna Publications and the Times of India, among others. Her storytelling ranges from bold and humorous to dark and edgy. Lipika Bhushan, an award-winning senior marketer and publicist. After 7 years as HarperCollins India Marketing Director, she established Market My Book in 2013. Market My Book has served top publishers and authors since its funding. And now we'll have a discussion on the book. Yeah, over to you, Wes.
Thank you, Meenuji. Thank you so much. Well, it's a lovely evening. Delhi seeing clouded skies, and it was natural for it to happen because we have with us none other than Kainaz Jusawala. Well, there's a lot to talk about Kai. She's the only thing that actually will keep you smiling through this session, and I can assure you that is the fact that her smile and laughter is infectious, and I will try to make it as fun and light as we've promised on all the social media handles that we've been sharing the information on. Yeah. So to begin with, why don't we start with singing? And started very differently.
Yes,
yeah?
shall.
We should.
First, let me clear, I'm not born in 1961. Please. As introduced, no. I tried to hide my age, but this was like totally. Yeah, so, I'm born in like 1994.
You need to say that. You can.
Okay, so we can start with a bit of singing. As Lipika said, thank you, Lipika, for the introduction. And thank you. We can start with some singing.
Which is your favorite Shah Rukh Khan song?
Oh, gosh.
I want you to start on Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, so how many of you out here, see everybody at the back, I want everyone to participate at the back. So how many of you are Shah Rukh Khan fans? I want hands up. Only one? How sad.
Sure is, yeah.
2, okay, 3, come on.
Oh, we have some men.
Come on, where are the Shah Rukh Khan fans? I need to know the Shah Rukh Khan fans. 1, 2, 3. This is too less. I'm not doing this show. Any more SRK fans? Acha, chalo. You're redeeming yourself. Okay, fine. So, this book is about, let's do a Shah Rukh Khan song. So, in my book, I have this line where I say, that's where the song will come, that I'm looking for a man, I'm looking for a love that is so powerful, so bombastic, that the midnight sky turns into a rainbow, and the heart jumps into a SRK number, Tujhe Dekha To. I think that's a very common number, and all of you all must be knowing it. So shall we?
You want to sing that?
You sing that. No. My Hindi is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Being in Delhi, I shouldn't be saying that. But if all of you all can join, again, you're all, hello? SRK fans?
Yeah, there must
Okay.
be. I'm sure there are more girls there in the crowd who would be.
I want all the girls to
SRK.
come in the front.
Yes, please, and sing along. I think we'll sing the one where you're still
Yeah.
finding Shahrukh.
Where I'm still finding Shahrukh?
Yeah. मेरे ख्वाबों में जो आए आके मुझे छेड़ जाए उससे कहो कभी सामने तो आए मेरे ख्वाबों में जो आए.
Come on, guys. This is really. We need claps at least for Lipika. Are those your people? Those bloggers, influencers?
Yeah, no, but tell me something. What is it about women that they so yearn to have a lover like Shahrukh? And what is it that they are, they continue to find their love
Yeah.
of life and find Shahrukh Khan in it?
See, I think that Shah Rukh Khan is a brand himself, and he's branded himself, or maybe his directors and producers have branded him like that, as this ultimate romantic hero who will solve all your problems and take you to the moon and back. But as you know, and as we all know, that reality is very different from an SRK film, and so my book actually is like that. All my entire journey, I'm looking for a man. Okay, I'm looking for a man who's has the Shah Rukh Khan characteristics, and he makes me feel like that. But of course, it's ends up pretty disappointing, and that's how it materializes.
Why don't you read the bit about Sizzling Shahrukh?
Shall I?
Yes, I think that's a good start, and it'll set the tone to the conversation.
Okay, so this is a time when I almost met Shah Rukh Khan. So it is there in the book, and actually it is in the end of the book, in the finale of the book. So I'm going to read that. It was about time these actors took responsibility for the irreversible damage they caused gullible and die-hard fans like me. Like the rest of his gazillion fans, I had also been blindsided by this idea of romance and perfection that he brandished through his dialogues, songs, mannerisms in his superhit films. Oh, how I also yearn for butterflies to smash into my stomach walls and rainbows to fall from the skies, like they had for his female leads in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Veer Zara and Dil To Pagal Hai. Because all our lives, no matter where we are, no matter who we are, no matter what we have been through, where we live, what we choose to pursue, or what we are up against, there is one common desire that we all aspire for, and that is our quest for true love. It has always been humankind's prime motive. But we all jolly well know how far it had worked out in my case until now. All I ever got was Jerkhead Jangu, Sid Breakheart, Confused.com Krish, Nick the Prick, Gangster Gabriel, excuse the language, Randy Rio, Killer Looks Qureshi, and Neville He Devil. I was done drunk karaokeing to another one bites the dust, and I will survive post every heartbreak and romantic catastrophe. I had also wrestled with the fact that I had never been enough to some of them and blamed myself for the disappointing results of all the entanglements. When the truth was, most of them were mental and sapped out most of my confidence and faith in myself. Okay, so now we'll go on to the path where I went to SRK's house and I stood outside Manath, and I was a bit intoxicated, and hence soulmates, twin flames, soul threads, Janam Janam Ka Saath were the same old poison in a new bottle, a clever marketing strategy by devious minds who had been puppet stringing the multi-crore film industry by selling fuzzy dreams on screen to starry-eyed idiots like me in exchange for shohrat or daulat. Agreed? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, yeah. So I stood outside the house, okay? So I'm going to cut it short. And I say, Bulao. So I stand outside and I say, okay, this is some Gujarati in the book because it's the Parsi book. So, you ghel sappa fekuchand King Khan bahar nikal. Now all this happened, okay? Blame it on the drinks. And also I was upset. But it did not seem to cause much of an impact on the other side of the barricade except for setting off a dog into a barking fit and stirring a few insomniac crows on trees. Then I give a few more good words to him. And finally, a burly, bearded man in a dark green attire appeared from behind the gate and spoke to me sternly. Madam, agar aap chup nahi hoge, to police ko bulana padega. I began laughing hysterically. I had just arrived from a battle. So who was this guard in front of me? बुलाओ लेकिन याद रखो तख्त की परवाह बादशाह से ज़्यादा उसके वज़ीर को होती है. I challenged them. The SRK dialogue from Dawn 2 seemed to fuse perfecto. And then it goes on. I start a few more dialogues. His car passes by. I sing a few songs. But I think you get the picture.
Thank you for sharing that interesting part from the book. But it does also, bring the attention to the fact that you have been in a profession which gave you access to celebrities. You were in the airlines. You also did quite a bit of, and you have had quite a nice set of pictures taken with some of the hot.
Ranbir Kapoor recently.
Bollywood heartthrobs.
Yeah.
So tell us something about the fact whether it actually delusions you in finding a partner.
No.
Having so much of an access to some really scrumptious actors.
Nice hot men, Yeah, actually, no, it doesn't. You know, Ajay, coming to think of it, I've never thought about this, but yeah, I think it kind of delusions you because after you see all these nice-looking men and then you realize that the people that you meet are not as hot and handsome as you put it. So, yeah, it kind of delusions you, but I think then you realize that, everybody cannot be a SRK or a Ranbir. I'm talking about the good looks only. So, yeah, it kind of delusions you a bit. I was writing for Stardust and Savvy at one point, and then I had all these amazing experiences with these celebrities. And right from Chunky Pandey, I used to go to his house and give him Parsi food and give him dhansak every week, okay? Just like that. Because I used to like Chunky Pandey. Nobody understood. There was no understanding. Like, why? Like, is there no one else? I said, no, but Chunky is very sweet. So he would have the dhansaks, but he would never... I would never get my dabbas back. Now for Parsis, those dabbas are very sacred. I think for all of us, these steel dabbas are very sacred. And my grandmother and mother were like, where are our dabbas? These initials, S-E-J, just ask him. And I would ask him, he's like, my cook will give it back to you. Never got the dabbas. Finally, after all that happened and I went through, when I started flying, I wrote an article, and I sent it to him. It was in one of the local papers. Chunky Pandey, where are my dabbas? So these are the stories. So yeah, you meet people like that. I once had an actor who came to my house. I won't say his name because he's a bit notorious. But he came and he sat, he said, I'll come and say hi to Mama. And Mama was not very happy because he sat with his legs on her beautiful coffee table like this. And lit up a cigarette and said, hi. And my mother was like, oh my God, feet, and the Parsi house, feet on the table. She was absolutely scandalized. So things like that. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, they are not really like real people. So
Bombay does see a sizable Parsi community, but this book is also a beautiful insight into a community, of which we, especially in the northern part of India, know very little of. And and there are the good things and the bad things about the community, especially when it comes to marriage.
Right.
While I also agree, because I myself got married very late, in according to the Indian norms. So I do understand that pressure, but how different is it for a Parsi girl to remain unmarried, especially when you have conditions of marrying within the community?
Yes, we do have conditions. It is recommended, strongly advised, that we marry within the community. Of course, all of us are now, because of the because of the minority that we are, we don't get that kind of buffet of men, so to speak. So obviously, we do go out, we ramble a bit here and there. And if we get a suitable partner, then we kind of break the traditions. Unfortunately, our kids are not allowed. If a Parsi girl marries a non-Parsi man, our kids are not allowed in the fire temple, though things are changing. You don't have to say that. You can go to another fire temple. But you don't have to go to yours. Uh, but because we're a small community, right, it's like always been, we are under the scrutiny much more. I won't say that we are close-minded in that respect. We have opportunities to choose our partners, so long as it's in the community. But as I said, now it's all changing completely. Also, this in my book, I have presented this thing where a few people I call them the Bawa Nazis. Bawa is another name for Parsis. You must have heard it. Bawas and Bavis, crazy Bawa, crazy Bavi, mad Bavi. So there are a few people in this community I call the Bawa Nazis who are always there in all these social functions. And it's, I think, in any community, right? They're like, "Ah, you've not got married yet? Why?" And then, they'll come up with all sorts of things like, what's wrong? You're too picky. No, if you grow older, you're not going to get anyone. And your childbearing hips are going to go to waste. Now, that is really mean, okay? So I have got really upset when the first 3 chapters start like that. So where I
We sneaked in
Yeah.
another song of
Yeah, we
Shah Rukh
sneaked in a
Khan's.
different song,
Yeah.
yeah, we can go on.
So you were at the point where you talked about Parsi girls not getting married and
Yeah,
the
so we have a lot
community.
of Parsi girls who are single because of this situation. Also because, we as a community, we are very open. We let everyone do what they want. So we do travel, there's a lot of things, you can actually do what you want. My family is extremely open. They've said, just be happy. So long as you're happy, you're fine. But it's not them, right? It's society that's around, right? They have their own judgments. But obviously they get under your skin, and they used to so many years ago, and hence I wrote the book. So it's not only about marriage, it's about a lot of things like body confidence, and you're wearing this, it's looking like this, things like that, which I think many people choose to ignore. But at the end of the day, it is kind of a silent verbal kind of, I won't say abuse, but it is a silent verbal destruction of your morale and your confidence, isn't it? If someone says something about your physical appearance. So so that's what happened. And this does happen when you go for a wedding. It's a natural thing, So I stopped going for functions. But in the book, I had to go for a function because it's my real story where it was my close cousin's function. And I got bombarded with these questions. And hence, it led to a lot of other things that obviously come in the book.
Yeah, we read about those.
Yeah.
But tell me,
Deepika hasn't
how many times have the girlfriends come to rescue?
Oh, lots. There's nothing like the power of your girlfriends if you really have a solid support system. I'm not talking about 50 of them, but just 3, 4 of them who will have your back no matter what. And they just come in like wolves. Of course, that day none of them came in. My drinks came in, vodka came in, but still they do. And your cousins, your girl cousins, your girlfriends, they really come through for you. And I think I've been, touchwood, very blessed that from my college days, we had the Fabulous Four. And then I went on to my flying days where I had a lovely colleagues who I went and I partied with and I did stuff with, and who really meant something to me and still mean a lot to me. So I think they've rescued me a lot of times, which I owe them a lot. Yeah.
The book is indeed a lot about girl bonding.
Yes,
and
it is.
About how, women come to the rescue of each other, pull each other out of situations, help find the right guy, give the right marks to the kind of dudes you come across, analyze them for you.
Right. Yes, she's being very polite, the right marks. No, yeah.
But
you're right.
tell me something. Why don't you read a portion from the book which does give them a flavor of the kind of bonding you shared with your friends?
Really?
Yeah, you should.
Okay, now I'll really have to find that page.
I think that's the best.
But I haven't.
Or you can read something else.
Yeah, we'll have to. Oh, see, I just opened it. But
See, it was meant to be. Yeah.
But I'll read something more fun. Shall we go on to other questions?
Okay, while you look for the portion to read,
We can talk about something
are
else
you
till
sure?
I find it.
Okay.
I'm
All
going
right.
to find it, yeah.
So, tell us something about your many loves that you mentioned on the
Oh
cover
my
of the
god,
book.
this is worse than this song. Than this, I think
Finding
I'll
the
say this
portion
was
was easier,
I found
yeah?
the portion. I found the portion. Okay, so this is after a night in Barcelona, where we go on a ship and we have, we have a nice party with the sailors who are sailing off the next day. So there's Coco, Alia, and me, three of us. They fly with me. They are my flying crew, and we go on a holiday, a vacation, and we are all on the hunt. We're all on this man hunt. Let's find the perfect man, or let's just have a good time kind of hunt. So I'm just going to read a little bit. This is on the aircraft. And Alia has gone and done something that is not supposed to have done. So I'm just going to read a bit, okay? It's called A Very Happy Birthday to Me. It's my birthday. And we are on an aircraft from Barcelona to Rome. Chillax, shut up, stop over-dramatizing it and busting my brains out. Right now, I have a massive migraine from a crazy hangover. Alia actually had the audacity to reprimand us as our aeroplane took off for Rome on a late July afternoon. We did not indulge her nonsense this time. Her latest revelation had us worried. On the way to the airport, Alia had spilled some beans about the previous night. Okay, I don't think I should have chosen this passage, but she had pitched a tent in the second-in-command suite along with two middle-aged first officers and a young second officer. It was all very well to go overboard with one random guy, but two or three, maybe four nameless faces, and that too without protection, it was the epitome of foolishness and unsound judgment. Were you blasted, buzzed on coke, date raped? Coco and I were concerned about the repercussions of these erotic escapades that Alia continued to be nonchalant about. Don't be such sourpusses. We just sparked some doobies and I explored my options. The more the merrier, they say, right? We looked at her, not sure whether to slap her or kill her, or both. Coco and I decided to call an intervention for her as soon as we reach Mumbai. So that's how it goes. Sadhvi Aunty, do you want to return the book? she's like, is there a refund? Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. It's just that I'm speaking about it, isn't it? Yes.
And that brings me to a very good question, Bharti ji. And tell me, if you finally find someone to marry, are you going to spill the beans?
Oh, actually,
You already
I
have.
don't want to spill the beans, but in the book, it kind of closes up that way. The plan is not to get married. No शादी का लड्डू at all. मोतीचूर का लड्डू चलेगा. कुछ भी बेसन का लड्डू में शादी का लड्डू no. No. End of romance no. But yes, it kind of works out like that. So and I think because that's the best friend who knows everything already. I mean, it's much easier. Yeah, but I'm not going to say anything more.
Never say.
People have been saying never say never, and it's never happened. Falling in love is easy.
So before I open up the forum for questions from the audience, just one last question about, and that I think will help us set the tone for the next session, which is on spirituality and shaman. What is your, there is the part about therapy, there's the part about a clairvoyant in your life who helps you heal in a sort of way.
It's a parrot.
Yeah.
The
So we would
clairvoyant
like
is a
to know
parrot
more.
that helps me. Yeah. So I have this astrologer who I always go to. It's a parrot who opens cards, and he's called Rustam, Rusty, and he's always wrong. He always tells me like, oh, you know what? This is the love of your life in the book, and every time I go, it's like always a flop show. But I still go to him, and there is a therapist. So the therapist turned out to be, unfortunately, very good looking. So the therapy session didn't end that well. So. Yeah, but one of the things that really the book is all about is not only my challenges with body confidence that I had in my teenage years, it's also about, we all identify with the love that we had for our grandparents. I think grandparents are like angels. So there's a lot about it's not only humor and laughter, it's all about my bond I had with my grandparents. The reason I started writing, the reason I started traveling was actually to fulfill their dreams. So there's a lot of that. So every time I had a heartbreak or I had some problem, I would always go to my grandmother and she would always sing to me, calm me down. And she would say, the world is full of bad people, my princess, you better be careful. So yes, you know how grandmothers are, right? They think we are like the queens. So hence, yeah.
On that note, should we take some questions from the audience?
Anup
Yes,
has some.
please. Anup has one.
It's a very short and direct question.
A direct question.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you saying, are you marrying me? Yes. Are you proposing? Yes.
Hugh Grant.
Yes.
So who is going to be? Hugh Grant, Brad Pitt, or Shah Rukh Khan?
Sorry? Who, out of them?
Yeah.
No, hands down Shah Rukh Khan. Over me?
Yeah.
Oh, hands down Shah Rukh Khan.
Really?
For me, right? Yeah.
Naturally.
Only SRK, that's it. I mean, I'm sorry, but Gauri's in trouble. Real trouble.
Lovely.
Hi. So,
No, it's great.
big Shah Rukh Khan fan.
Oh, yes, come.
Yes.
Come in the front. Please stand here. It's hard.
Also because we are from the same school.
Oh, you are?
And
Yeah? You know him well?
And I did stand behind the nets when he was wicket keeping. Because I was in the junior school, junior
want to see
team.
you closer.
He was in the senior team. We have known Shah Rukh as the person who was,
Yeah.
he was exceptional in school, in studies and in sports. And we all used to look up to him.
Oh.
I have absolutely no clue why, he doesn't talk much about the school days.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well, yeah.
So,
I had no idea that he was such a great student. I didn't know that at all.
he won the Sword of Honor.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah. And you're asking me why he's not talking? Okay, I'll ask
He
him.
doesn't, yeah,
when
yeah.
I meet him.
Yes, because
And, okay.
there are a lot of
That's-
people who actually want to understand
Yeah.
what you are supposed to be doing in school
Yeah.
to get to where Shah Rukh is. And Shah Rukh was doing
Yeah.
everything in school.
Yeah, I've never heard him speak
So
about
it's,
this.
It's a
well.
rarity because I do not know of any other movie personality
Yeah.
who was that good in school.
Yeah, no, they're not.
You know,
Most of
so-
them don't. I don't know this answer. Only Shah Rukh can answer this. But we can make some assumptions. Maybe he's not happy at the moment and just sad, and he needs someone to ask him and get him to open up. The right interviewer. Maybe that's the one. He should do it. Yes. So the next time I meet him, that would be probably next week when we have a date. I will ask him that for sure.
Oh, well. There you go. Any more questions?
Deepak ji, where are you? Deepak ji, I'd like a question from you. You've come all the way. Who killed? What? He's wants to kill. You wanna kill? Oh, that's a new book. Who wants to kill? Who wants to kill?
Who needs the mic?
Sadhvir auntie, anything? You're going to enjoy, but she's like...
See, from what I've heard, right now, in the interview on the stage, you've come across as a very lively, chirpy, very happy-go-lucky person. But I'm sure there must be a serious side to you also.
Yeah.
So
Yes, there is a very
No.
serious
Bye, bye, bye.
No,
It's not
there
for
is.
public grieving, yes.
No,
I'm not
there
talking
is-
about that,
There
yes.
is a serious side for
Yes.
sure. I really feel strongly about. That's a question, right? Yeah, there is. Of course, there is a serious side. I think we all hide various things with humor, don't we? We hide our own challenges, problems, obstacles with humor.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought about it. I don't think I hide that humor. I'm naturally like that because
Yeah.
even when I'm happy, I'm like that or whatever.
Okay.
But I've had a lot of challenges in my teenage years. There was a lot of body shaming in school from my family friends. And when I would tell my parents, they would be like, come on now, deal with it. What is this? You know, so it kind of scars you. And I think I've carried those scars for a long time. And I think this whole memoir that I've written has been quite fulfilling for me because I've been able to actually, without naming people, actually call them out. And it was very strange because for my book launch, which I just had in Mumbai, they all came and they all laughed and sang and danced. And I'm like, you're all singing and dancing. You all are in it. So yeah, so there has been, of course, those are things that I've had, and the challenges have also been relationships, right? When a relationship does not work, I mean, we laugh at it later on, right? Okay, he was like that. I mean, I was with a man who used to hide his identity. He said he's Oberoi's son, but he turned out to be an identity thief. He was, he was not. And things like that. A married man who said he was not married. So things like that happen, and it breaks your heart at that point. But I think you get over it because I do believe that you can fall in love over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not worth it at all. Absolutely.
That was very comforting.
Thank you.
Well, to conclude the session, thank you so much, Kai. It's always great pleasure and fun speaking with you. I think the first compliment that I wrote back to you on that email was that you have an infectious laughter, and it indeed comes through this book. Yes, please, yeah. Oh, yeah, yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi. Hi, hi.
Now that you said it, now I know it's like a memoirs. And I wrote mine. That was the first book I wrote. So I just want to ask you something. Did it come as a catharsis, or did it also add a lot of fun? That was I had when I wrote mine.
Yeah,
Just comparing notes.
yeah,
So at the end of the book, was there a new you
Yeah.
in front of you?
yeah.
Thank you.
It was healing. It definitely healed me. It made me realize that I was, you know, now we look back at life and we realize I was just sweating for no reason. But those days it was big. That's what happens in life, right? We look back and say, God, I was so upset then, but right now it looks so small. So it's actually taught me that even right now, if I face anything, I think few months later, I won't even remember it. So it was definitely healing, but I had a lot of fun remembering all the incidents with my girlfriends. And, you know, we went on the cruise. We used to, you know, we did a pole dance, and I don't even know how to dance on like a pole dance. I was going round and round the pole thinking that's a pole dance. So things like that. So yeah, it was definitely fun. And of course, it healed me a lot in many ways. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I would also like to add something to what
Sure.
Satbirji said just now. Uh, you know, writing a memoir can always be comforting, I believe. But at the same time, how difficult can it be to confront many of the things, you know,
Yeah.
that are difficult in life? How difficult can it be to describe them, to pen them?
Yes, when I was recalling the incidents of my childhood, I was finding it, I had to actually go deep and remember what all they said. And there were few words that came out which are not, now they sound a bit off, like, you know, but those days they were not funny at all. So I recalled a few things. It did feel a bit uncomfortable. Even the relationship parts, they did feel, but I think I've kind of moved on. And how, you know, I'm that kind of person who I do get upset and sad, and then I break. I will do everything at that point, but then once I jump out, then I'm again ready to fly. So I think that's it. Yeah.
That's a beautiful note to end this session with.
you.
Thank you, Kai. Before I was cut short by two more questions by very lovely ladies sitting right in the front,
Thank you so
I
much.
must ask you all to buy a copy. It's a fun book. It will, everyone who's been born in the 80s and 90s, you know, would love it for all the reasons that we have went through in our growing up days. But it is also an endearing read. It's a book about love. It's a book about friendship. It's a book about, and I'm sure, as Kai mentions, that it's cathartic. It is for any writer to feel, especially when it's your first book,
My
first published book, the
my second
first,
one.
second book, yeah.
First was fiction, so we can't count
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
so it is a cathartic experience, and I wish Kaina's Chasawala the very best for this book to go on
Thank
to
you.
becoming a bestseller.
Thank you. I have to say something about Lipika. So we have to give her a, I think she's carried out this session so beautifully. And, I didn't once think about having a drink in between the session, which says a lot. No, seriously, I think Lipika is one of the people who's got this amazing, I think you'll all agree, right? You'll all know her. She's a very positive energy. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. And I actually tell her, Lipika, I'm dressing very casual, hoping that Lipika doesn't like completely outshine me, but she always does. And she's gorgeous, and I love her for that. And thank you. You held the conversation beautifully. And thanks for the wonderful words you said. Of course, I would love all of you to buy the book if what I said, even 5% or 10% you're liked. Also, because I don't have a job now, no man, so please feel sorry for me, everyone, and buy a copy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah,
you for
please,
being a
everybody,
lovely
please buy the
audience.
book. Yeah. Yeah. We all will buy. Yeah. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Lipika, for a wonderful session. Thank you.